we're going to be working on some body work. Yeah, nobody likes body work, right? Well, anyway, we got our little battery box here, and we sandblasted. Does this see how bad it was? It didn't look like it was too bad when we first started, but things changed. This bracket here, this is kind of a structural component. That's what bolts the battery box onto the frame of the tractor. Well, I went ahead and took this other one off because it was rusted really bad. You can see underneath between where it was pinch welded together. How I did that was I drilled out the spot welds. I got to finish drilling out the spot welds here, so I'll show you how that's done here in a minute. But this battery box is screwed up a little bit more than meets the eye. This piece here is a stamped piece of metal. You know, it's been put in a press, and it has some strength in it because it's got the, you know, the ends of it rolled out over. In a press, well, it makes it stronger. Well, it lost some of that strength whenever Mr. Battery decided to leak acid all over it. So it's got, you can see how it's kind of pulled away from the side there, and the whole bottom side here is rusted off, and it's pulled here and pulled there. So we're going to have to cut this portion of the battery box out and put it back and re-strengthen it. I feel that this panel is in pretty good shape, but the problem lies is that right here, this is where the seat frame, you know, this is a seat frame, obviously, right? Well, it measures about 13 inches and 5/8 wide. So back here on this portion of it, from here to where, it measures about, oh, we'll say 13 inches and, what, 3/8. Quarter inch of play in that. That sounds pretty reliable, you know. I'd go for that. Then you get to the front. Here's the problem. Between that one and that one, it's down to 12 inches and 7/8. So this battery box narrows from here to here almost, it's 3/8, almost a half an inch. So you gotta ask yourself, you know, how's it doing this? Well, right there's one thing. You can see where it's right here. See how it's got that buckle in it? Well, I'd imagine this here is pushed in. I don't know if there's a spot weld there on this corner or not. I really doubt it. So I'd say that this rail has been pushed in there. And then you go on this side, and you look how it's made, and it looks like it's kind of pushed in a little on the front on this corner too. And it's just because it doesn't have a lot of rigidity in this part of the box. Also, another good thing that happens, since this tractor is so blinking tall, I think a lot of people grab onto that seat and pull themselves up with it. And that's putting a lot of stress on that seat frame. I don't know. I want to put some sort of step on this thing. I can't even get on the crazy thing, so I'd like to drive it at least once or twice. So, but anyway, right now the plan is that I'm gonna get this other side off. Like I said, I'm gonna show you how we take care of these spot welds, and then I want to see if I can get something in here and spread this out. You know, these two rails out to where they need to be, and see if if this sheet metal will come back out to where it needs to be, and maybe we can I see it's cracked here in a few places. Hopefully it's not racked, you know, like twisted like a diamond, you know, front to back. But yeah, I don't know if I want to put my 275-pound butt on that battery box. It looks like it's pretty feeble to me. I need some reinforcement in that department, so that's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to prepare this to drill out a spot weld. Right here's a spot weld. You can see an outline of it here in the middle. It's like just basically a circle where they take the two contacts and pinch it and then put some electricity through it and welds the metal together without any kind of filler material. So the first thing you do is get in the center of that, get a couple of whacks with a regular old punch. Then you get this tool out, which it's a spot weld drill. This pin is spring loaded and it keeps pressure so you can get it centered on there, and then these, kind of like a hole saw, these will cut around the weld instead of, you know, like a regular drill would drill clear through it. So we get it on this spot right here and we'll drill it out. That should, sometimes you have to go back and hit a few spots again that you didn't drill down through far enough. Or there's always a possibility that you missed one, because sometimes they can get hidden pretty good. So a trick you can do is you get a grinder. If you can't find out where they're welded at, you can get a grinder and grind the metal, and then you'll be able to see where the indentions are, where they're at, if you can't find them by just looking. So we're going to pull this other panel out like we did on the other side, and we'll continue on. Go for it. See? Okay, nail it. Go for it. You like it?
Yes.
Good.